But this mandate for change doesn't happen with one candidate. It happens with a broad coalition to do the hard work of meeting voters where they are. But for me, my source, my rock, starts with my family.
Yes, yes,
yes. And this church has significance because my family started at this church. I buried my father at this church, buried my grandmother at this church, and they always wanted to make sure that Justin dedicated his life to giving back. That's where the assignment started. And I also want to just lift up my Grandma Sarah, who's still holding down the block on 21st and Dove. I want to lift up my late father, Donald Bibb, who served this community as a fireman and police officer for nearly 30 plus years. And we're going to commemorate the 5th year of his death in a couple weeks here. And I'll never forget this story that on his last few hours on his deathbed, he said, "Justin, go home and study for finals. I'll be okay, but don't let anything get in the way of your dreams."
That's good. That's good.
His dreams came to fruition today. I got to thank my rock, my best friend, the closer on the campaign trail, Mama Bibb. My mom has certainly lived a life worthy of imitation, and if you look up the word resilience in the dictionary, her face will be right by that word. But this campaign was fueled by one of the smartest political minds in America right now, my campaign manager, Ryan Puente. Where you at, Ryan? Now, I got one request for Ryan. He never put eating lunch or breakfast on the schedule. So come January, brother, that schedule's got to change. The brother got to eat. And we've just had an amazing team. Brad, Eden, Ken, Zoe, Angela, Doug, Hazel, Ethan, Jessica, Charlie, and the over 100 students across this city and county that fueled this movement. And I want to say this. Don't tell me young people can't roll up their sleeves and make change in this city. Do not tell me that. I also have to acknowledge the pastors, community activists, business organizations, grassroots leaders, the everyday silent heroes whose voice has been neglected for far too long, that helped fuel this movement to change our city. Thank you, thank you, thank you for believing in this movement to change Cleveland. Thank you so much. I also want to recognize my pastor, Dr. Jawanza Colvin. And the Olivet Institutional Baptist Church for hosting this historic event in history today. And, you know, it's a little ironic because the thesis of my campaign was rooted in Dr. King's message of why we can't wait. And King had many moments right here in this church. And this church has always been the stirrer of the consciousness of this city.
Yes, yes.
And I wanted to come here tonight because we got more work to do.
Yes. Yes.
And the movement has to start and end right here.
Yes.
Thank you, Pastor Bibb. I appreciate that. And I want to give a special acknowledgement to all the volunteers.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Many who, at the height of this pandemic, stood outside in sub-zero temperatures, getting my name on the ballot. We didn't pay anybody a dime to get my name on the ballot because I wanted to listen and do the hard work and truly build a people-powered movement to change this city. And our volunteers showed up and showed out in this election, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And I also have to give a special acknowledgement to Council President Kevin Kelley for running a fantastic campaign.
Amen.
And
Amen.
to all the candidates who ran for mayor this year. You know, as a quote-unquote political newcomer, thank you, I love you back. They gave me a run for my money, but I think we did something special this year in this election. We made our democracy better.
Yes.
Yes.
And I want to thank all the candidates for making our democracy better in this year's election. You know, the work is just beginning.
Yes.
Tonight we will celebrate, and tomorrow we're going to roll up our sleeves and do the hard work of moving our city forward in a better direction.
Amen.
And we all know the issues we have ahead of us. Poorest big city in America,
Yes.
the worst city in this country
Yes.
for black women,
Yes.
1 out of 2 of our children living in poverty.
Yes.
But I want to say something very important, and I said this when I announced nearly 300 days ago, that not one mayor can solve these problems in
Yes.
isolation.
That's right.
It's going to take a people-powered movement to change our city.
Right.
And when I take that oath in January,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that oath by myself.
That's
We the people, are taking that oath together. So come tomorrow, we get to work on making sure we get real police accountability in this city. And we're going to show the nation that in Cleveland, we can have good, smart law enforcement, but also respect the rights of our residents all across the city at the same time. Because in this moment, after we lost our brother Tamir, after we lost George Floyd, we cannot afford more of the same in policing in America, and Cleveland will lead the way. Tomorrow, we get to work on building a more modern and responsive City Hall that's going to return your phone call when you call 601 Lakeside Avenue. And we will finally fix our website and bring it into 2021. I pledge that to you. And we will also do the hard work of making sure that every child in this city has the skills, the vision, and the hope to know when they leave a Cleveland public school, they can achieve their God-given potential. And so to the residents of Cleveland tonight, I ask for your support, your continued faith, and prayers in this movement. I won't be a perfect mayor. I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm going to serve you well, lead you with honesty and integrity and transparency, because those aren't buzzwords. Those are values. Those are values. And I'm not only going to run this city, I'm going to lead this city like we led this campaign, bringing more voices around the table, because Cleveland can't wait. Now is our time. Let's get to work. Thank you, guys. I love you so much.
Yes.